On Wednesday 29, we have NZD government. Rayman speaks on 2:30 a.m. So this is the first orange folder that we have, and we have also a red folder on AUD at 3:30, and also what is the other one? We have Canadian dollar and Bank of Canada monetary policy report. We have also Bank of Canada rate statement and overnight rate Bank of Canada press conference. We also have in New York session, so this is London session, that we have Bank of Canada monetary policy report. In New York session, we have federal funds rate, FOMC statement, FOMC conference. So today there's a lot of news. NZD is going to be affected. AUD is going to be affected. Euro is going to be affected also during the Asia session. And then Canadian dollar is going to be affected during London session. And USD is going to be affected during New York session. So these are the 4 pairs that we need to be aware of today. So let's go to the chart, starting with EURUSD. So on EURUSD, we are still waiting for our structure that we want for us to be able to open a trade. Right now, the market have came to fill in this, like the newly created demand level at this level, at this zone. So it is now deciding whether it want to continue going down or it is a pullback to the demand zone to create an upward movement. So right now it is deciding where it want to go, but using the news that we have, USD is going to be affected more, so, and then Euro is going to strengthen using that. So this pair is going to be affected with the news. So I think this is when the market is going to pump in a certain direction. So we need to see if we can be able to take a trade, but mostly it will be a buyer trade because federal funds rate, it is going to cut the rates, or it will leave the rates at the same. So I don't know if the rates are going to be limited or are going to be increased. So this is going to affect USD more than the Euro today. But if the rates are going to be disturbed, USD is going to be a weaker currency over Euro. So this is the analysis for today on EURUSD. We need to see maybe another pullback to create, to fill in the gap, and then the market will pull like this. reject going down. It will reject continuing going down. So this is what we want to see. This is what we want to see today. Because since last week the market have not yet created any move. It was just consolidating on this section. So we need a specific move to a certain direction that you can consider to take a trade on. Yes. So we need to look on that. This is EURUSD, so I think it is going to take a buy side other than taking a sell side. So this is the analysis for today, because it is going to be affected more in New York session, where the volatility that will force it to move to the buy side is going to be more. And it is also creating these lower highs, so it is likely to create to move up on this one, because it have created also a structure. If you can see it, a structure like this. The structure is a very important thing that we need to see or highlight every time. So this structure, say if the market creates this type of structure, because there is a break of structure on this one, then this one, a break of structure. If I go to 1 hour, maybe it will be easy to see. 1 hour, it will be easy to see. Move down, move up, move down, move up, move down, move up. So we need to see a downward movement right here, and then we take our buy from there. So this is the structure that I'm talking about. So this is the structure, and then break of structure, it will be right break of structure, it will be right here. The market have break the structure using this high, yesterday high, which showed us the market have a buying power over a selling power. And if you try to look on the candlestick that buyers are making, there is a lot of volume on them than on the selling candle, which are trying to hold the market to, or put the market to the sell side. So this is the analysis for today. We need to see a sell to the downside for a short time, and then a pullback to the upside. Maybe in Asia session there will be a consolidation that will be likely to be a bearish consolidation. Then in London session is going to be the manipulation of the Asia session bearish movement, and then New York session, it will be continuation of the London session to the bullish side. So this is the setup for USD today. So we need to move to USD card. USD Canadian dollar. Yes, USD Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, it is also being affected with the news today, but I don't know in what form. I don't know in what form, but USD is going to be a weaker currency. Let me see the difference between the news of Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, Bank of Canada monetary policy report, Bank of Canada rate statement, Bank of Canada press conference. Yes, on this one, we said we need to see a consolidation. So I think there will be a consolidation here before the market gives us a move, like a setup to take a trade to a certain direction. Because right now there is no specific direction that the market wants to trade to, or there's no a target that the market wants to reach. This is the time for consolidation to fill in all the gaps or the imbalances that the market have created, while the USD is holding the Canadian dollar for it to be at a certain level, only for it to consolidate. I think so. If the market is going to consolidate, I think it should be on this level, but this is a sign of no setup. This is a sign of no setup, but the market have power in downward movement, in bearish movement. The market have power in bearish movement. The market have power in bearish movement, but we need to see what is going to happen to it for us to say we are now selling the market or buying the market. We need to see something here that we can say yes, we are now selling the market, or we need to have to consider another things that we can say yes, we need to buy or sell the market, other than the structure. So we go to USD card, USD CHF. USD CHF, the structure is very bad. USD CHF, I don't want to look on it. On this one, we have a consolidation. A consolidation on this point. I don't know if it is going to create, but I said yesterday we need to see a pullback. Maybe this one is going to be our pullback, but the form is not the form that I want. So I can say I will not look for a trade, but I think a buy one, it is okay, but we need to see a downward movement a little bit to this demand side, to fill this demand, and then we will take a buy targeting like it will move to the downside like this. and then I'll take a buy and it will move to create these highs and it will reach at this level, like this one, because it's better to take one trade or two trades a week than taking 10 trades that are going to be losses. So it's better to keep our money than trying to invest it in a bad or in a wrong market. So this is the type of movement that we want. I don't know when it is going to be created, but I'll be watching the market during the day so that I'll see if I can be able to take a trade on it. So, and also USD is going to be weak, so maybe we need to consider again a we need to consider again that the market have break the structure to the lower side using this movement, and also went back to these highs to create equal highs, and then right now we need in the Asia session, we need to see the price moving to the upside, clearing these highs. We need to see the market sweeping the liquidity on top of it, maybe in the Asia session, and then when the market did that, this is going to be a highlight for us to say maybe we can look for selling. We can consider selling the market, but other than that, the market have a buy setup. If a buy setup, we need to see something like this for us to consider a sell setup. But for us to consider a buy setup, we need to see a downward movement, and then a downward movement, and then a resistance at this level, then a push to the upside, so that the market is denying for a continuation in the downward movement. But other than that, we'll see. So maybe the news is going to affect the market, or it is going to make the market consolidate, and then tomorrow the market will deliver at a certain point, because there is a lot of news again tomorrow. So today there is going to be like big wicks in the market, like the candle will be creating wicks with a short candle, large candles with large wicks, and a short body. So that candles will say there is a lot of volatility in the market, but there is no specific direction that the market wants to take. So this is what we are going to see today: indecision candles being created in the market, because there will be like a fight between sellers and buyers on where to take the market, because it haven't created anything or any sign that it wants to take to this direction on this NZDUSD. so we need to give it time, maybe on, because it have opened on this zone, on this demand level, and now it have retested, or it have reversed to that zone. So this is a sign that the market wants to take another direction, because Thursday and Friday it is not going to reverse in that zone again. And also in EURUSD, this is what happened, and then in USD CAD, this is also what happened. The markets went back in the same zone where it came from for Monday, and in USD, same. The market was moving up and then went back to the same open, Monday open on Tuesday. And on NZDUSD, the market also did the exact same thing. So this is what we are looking for, and we'll see what is going to happen. And maybe Thursday we are going to take the trade Thursday in New York session, because there will be a lot, or tomorrow on Thursday morning market analysis. We'll see what it have created. AUD/USD, it is making higher highs, so it is on safe havens. This one, I don't know what is happening to it, but I don't want to analyze it right now. We go to GBP/USD. Yes, GBP/USD, it have created a good market structure that we can consider to buy, because it have swept this area. Yesterday I said the market, if it wants to move to a specific direction, it doesn't leave liquidity. It always sweep the liquidity before it moves to a direction. So I think this was the move on Monday market opening. The market moved to the upside, and went straight into the supply zone of this double top. If you see from the left side to this double top, so it went straight into it, reversed, and then now it is on this demand level of this zone. So we need to see another pullback again into that demand zone for it to retest it twice and then moves to the upside direction, respecting this type of structure that we said we want. And again, we are going to take buys on this one. On GBP/USD, we are looking for buys. So there is no sales structure that I can see, because I'm considering that the market will break this trend line. So it will be creating another new lower high at this level and targeting this supply zone, which is the furthest supply zone. So in this furthest supply zone, it is going to be our new higher high on this market. So I'm looking for buys right here. I'm looking for buys to buy the market to the upside direction, to fill in this gap, which this gap that have a lot of liquidity from since January, when the market reversed to a downside, creating these lower highs and lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So the market wants to reverse in it and created a new high. After creating a new high, we are going to see another downward movement again, creating a new higher lows. So this is the structure for GBP USD, and USD is also being affected with the news, so we need to look on that. So we move to NZD card. NZD card, there is no news that we can see that will affect NZD a lot, but there is news that is going to affect Canadian dollar. So if Canadian dollar is going to be affected today with the news, NZD is going to strengthen over Canadian dollar, which is also a good sign here that the market we've already created a structure. So if the market was already creating a structure that it wants to use when the news is coming, news is coming, it is now delivering to a target, moving to the side it wants to move. So maybe the market is going to reach this low in these weeks. If it moves in this week, creating double tops like an M. So if a market creates M like this, it will move in a direction like this one. So this is the structure for, let me highlight it in a new color like this. In these, so in these lows, and then it will reverse to this level. Like this, the movement will be like this. This is what we are looking for on this market. We are looking for a move to the downside during Asia session and London session, and a move to the upside during New York session. And the market is going to respect the move, the structure, because the structure has been already created, so it is now only delivering. It is not going to consolidate again, because consolidation is now there, so there is no need for another consolidation for this market. You can see the weekend gap have been filled, and then the market have retested in the Monday market open, and now it wants to retest on the Monday market open twice, and then reverse to the upside direction again. So you can consider it to be a buy. To be a buy like this. Yes, we need to see something like this, then we are going to fully maximize it on this one, and with no fear. But we need to be wise on our risk management. Even the setup is A plus, the markets will always give you a structure that it wants to give. So you are not going to say this is the structure that I want, and then the market will give you anything. BTC, I don't want to look on it. So the market was selling on gold yesterday. So yesterday I was saying that on the above side there is liquidity, and I said if you want to look for trades, you must be aware of the liquidity which is down here, and liquidity above. So before the market moves to a direction, it will look on these two things. So it decided to take the liquidity below before moving above. So, and I said I'm not going to take any trade on gold because there is probability that the market will do something that I don't want, because I was looking for these two things, that liquidity above, liquidity below, where the market is going to say it wants to go. But right now you can say it took the liquidity which was below it, and now we are going to see a pull back to the upside direction to these shoulders of these lows, and maybe a continuation to the downside. Today for on gold, maybe a continuation to the downside. Yes, a pullback during Asia session and a continuation during London and New York session. Asia session is going to give a bullish pullback. London session, a bearish manipulation of the Asia session, and New York session is going to distribute the market to the bearish side. So this is the analysis on gold today. This is the analysis. US JPY, no. US Euro AUD, it haven't given us any sign for our structure, so we are not going to consider it right now. We'll see it tomorrow, because today it is only consolidating, and tomorrow I think the structure it is going to create today will be much more clear than this one. It will be much clearer than this one. And even this one, we said we need a downward movement, and GBP AUD, we said we need a downward movement, and the market have given us a downward movement. Now we are only I think it's our time to execute on this one. It's our time to execute, targeting this level. First, take profit, and this level, second, take profit. These two levels, these are the levels we are going to target, I think. But we will see during the day what is the market going to do. Maybe it wants to continue going down to clear this level, and then it will move to the upside, maybe later. We will see. Because AUD today is not going to be affected. It is going to be affected at 3 a.m. I think 3 a.m. have already passed. So we are not going to see any. And 3 a.m. have already passed, and the market was giving us some bearish candles like these ones. So in New York session, we are going to see some rejection to the upside, continuing to buy. The market will be delivering to the buy side today. And then on card CHF, no structure, because we need to consider these three things: market narrative, market structure, liquidity, supply and demand levels. These are the things we need to consider when analyzing a chart. And if the chart is not giving these specifications, it is a bad market or a bad pair to trade or to look upon. So we go to GBP NZD. I said I need a pullback to the upside yesterday for me to consider a sell, but the pullback is not the pullback that I want. The market have retested to this demand zone, but it did not break this demand zone. So we need to look for a clear of liquidity to the top part at this level. This is the level that I think we need to see a clear of liquidity, and then maybe we will decide whether we are going to take a sell or a buy. And also on NZD, we said we want a move to the upside. So this is the move that I want, because the market did not break I said yesterday, if the market did not break these lows, we are going to look for a sell. But when the market retests to these zones, the feather zones, the zones which are furthest, not these ones which are closer to the price. So these are the zones which I am looking for it to be filled, so that I will consider a sell. Not this one. This one is not it, because the market is going to just gain another strength using the people who are going to be induced in this trade on smaller time frames, thinking that the market wants to reverse at this level, because it has been creating like a series of lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, but they don't know what is happening on bigger time frames. So this is the analysis for Euro NZD, and we go to GBP card. GBP card, we said we are now not interested in taking a buy trade right here, because the structure is not the structure that I was looking for. So we are now looking for a trade at the supply zone, this supply zone, not at this zone. So this is the level that I think the market wants to reach. So, but if it moves to this zone and created this type of pullback, I'll be looking for a buy to take the market high, because the market will be respecting this demand zone, and this demand zone is very powerful because the market have been consolidating at this level, creating this choppy area, and it have squeezed the level also and given us a pullback. So I think if it is going to break this high and give us a pullback, this will be a sign of change of structure or a shift in structure that we are going to say, yes, this is a good market structure that we can consider to take a buy, and a buy at the demand zone right here. So I think this is it for today market analysis. We'll see what is going to happen, or what is the market going to give us tomorrow or during the day. I'll update you on the upcoming news in the market analysis of those news that is going to affect the market.